relentless sex. Jokes and scores, they bring the pain. Sports and comedy, insane. FlurrySports, respect the name. Raise the stakes and play some games. In the chaos, they had no shame. This podcast never dead.
AI's acting out a little bit. They're getting a little angsty. I like it.
They are. I do like that it's the same guy.
It is. Yeah, it is definitely. They have one male voice, it seems like.
Yeah, and he keeps popping up. So I know how AI works, don't quote me. I love the idea they got a guy in a booth being like, we got another one from FlurrySports.
Yeah.
This time, do your best Limp Bizkit impression.
Right. It does seem like we have a partner manager, kind of like YouTube, but he is truly just taking all of our tickets and doing it himself. It's not AI. They're disguising it as AI, and it's really just underpaid voice actors, probably just sweating it out 24/7 in a closet, which is also great.
I feel like, okay, so a little peek behind the curtain. This was very much inspired by Limp Bizkit.
It was. Yeah, I think I had to type in a genre and stuff. I think I did new metal rock rap, which it's just Red Durst, baby. Yeah, true. There aren't
Linkin
many.
Park or it's Limp Bizkit.
It did have a little bit of little Chester. What is it, Beddington or something? I don't know his name.
Rest in peace. Yes, to your point, I love Limp Bizkit. Why does Linkin Park get like, and I'm not speaking like, obviously, I just said it, rip, but also before that happened, I feel like everyone was like, my childhood, Linkin Park. And I'm like, where's the fucking love for Always? Where's Saliva?
Where's Saliva right now? Linkin Park, I didn't get into it, but and by the way, I mean, I like Linkin Park a lot, but they are Transformers rock. If Smash Mouth is Shrek rock, Linkin Park, it just makes Transformers music at this point.
Correct. They did like 4 of those.
I know. Every time it comes out, I think about Transformers. By the way, I've seen part of one movie and it sucked, but I feel like I've seen the entire franchise because I've listened to a lot of Linkin Park.
That's so true. And it's like the difference between In the End and all of their other songs is so like, it's like that song is the best, and Numb. Those are the 2 best versions of every song they make.
That is true. That is true. As soon as I'm going to put the blame on Mike Shinoda. Mike Shinoda is just selling out for Transformers. He's, just big Bumblebee fan.
Big Bumble fan. That's his dating app of choice.
That's right. That's right. That is why hasn't there been a Transformers Bumble collaboration? It's just so natural.
That's $1 million idea.
Pay me. I don't even know where the money would come from at this point, but let me be the brainchild to put this together. I can figure out something.
You worked in an ad agency, by the way. Hear me out. Bumble. And you'd be like, boom, done. Super Bowl commercial.
I mean, I'll create a PowerPoint. It's going to be 2 slides probably, but it's going to have a big explosion at the end because their minds are going to be fucking blown. Brain matter all over the room because holy shit. Did I just tell you the sky is blue? It seems obvious, but no one's picked it up yet.
No one's thought of it yet. There's your new mascot. No, I think it's good. I also think, here's the thing, Linkin Park was like, yes, Transformers rock. I also feel like it was all of the middle school kids. Like it was in a bunch of animes. It was in a bunch of like angsty things at the time. Listen, you had to be in the wrestling, dude. If you were in the wrestling world, it's Limp Bizkit or nothing.
I mean, come on. Every time I so appreciate every time I watch a Limp Bizkit YouTube video, which is often, there's always at least a couple comments of Undertaker coming out on the motorcycle, which is the best Undertaker, by the way. We all know it. The American Badass. That's the one that we need to remember. That's my Undertaker. And that's every Limp Bizkit's fans Undertaker, which is great.
Finding out that the wrestling community was like, that Undertaker stinks. I was like, man, that is not my interpretation. And like all the reasons they say it stinks, I'm like, you don't get it. Like they were
No,
like,
yeah.
he never lost. He doesn't really sell. He just kind of comes out and like hits 4
Mhm.
moves. And I'm like, damn right. And then vroom,
Yeah.
vroom.
Yeah. Every once in a while, he'll do the old school, which is fun to see. Still one of the most effective, not effective moves of all time. But then, yeah, gets right back on that chopper, takes it another round of the rig, that he gets out of there.
I think one of the funniest things WWE ever did, one, the Undertaker's character always unintentionally funny because
Yeah.
the coexisting in a Venn diagram of everyone knows he's one of the best wrestlers to ever wrestle and he's a spooky dead dude is very good. But I loved once he came back, like his renaissance run at the end where he's like, okay, he's going for championships, he's going to be like our main guy, the streak is the big thing. He like learned a submission move, and I think in storyline it was like, and he's been taking MMA, and I'm like,
He's
which
been
is
training
real.
the American Top Team.
But yeah, like sometimes they blended like this is a guy who's really good at wrestling, but don't forget he's a zombie. This zombie knows an arm bar. Like
Yeah. That's right.
because that was like the crux of his Brock Lesnar thing was they were like they've both had MMA training. And I'm like, and one of them
Yeah.
died in the 40s, I think, in a house
Mhm.
fire.
That's right. That's the lore. There's a lot of lore on Undertaker. We should do like a big like 30-40 minute deep dive for like a YouTube video.
They don't make him like that anymore, you know?
They do not. They do not. They've tried. They can't do it.
They very much have tried.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, I'm still awaiting once that guy's the wrestler from Minnesota who just signed in the NFL now. The next Brock Lesnar.
Gable Steveson.
Gable Steveson. He's in the NFL now.
What
How-
was he
how do you-
doing with that?
I still think he's showing up. I don't believe he will ever truly commit to anywhere he's announced to be.
They
So
took
I
him
think-
first in a draft.
I mean, that's a wasted draft pick. Why doesn't anybody talk about him as one of the biggest draft busts of all time?
And by the way, when I say they did that, not this year, it wasn't like a shock. This was like maybe 2021.
Yeah, and they brought him. They brought him out on both nights of WrestleMania to give a nice "How do you do?" And then now he's announced to the Bills, where I assume he just won't show up. He'll just be talked about every day. Gable Stevenson's coming, and he'll never be there.
But listen, game recognized game. I want to do something in sports, and I guess I'm in a sport that I feel like he showed up to WWE and realized it wasn't real.
Probably, yeah.
Like he didn't know. Like he was like, "What do you mean? Damn, my job has no future."
He is so intriguing though, because on paper,
He's like
He's-
a philosophy major.
philosophy major and arguably the greatest wrestler of all time. Real wrestling.
Correct. Yeah.
But then I don't know if anybody else had my point of view, I suppose. But they brought him out for WrestleMania and he took his shirt off. I'm like, this guy's small. Like he doesn't belong here.
He's not. They had such a bad tact. He was not physically imposing. You needed him to throw people around.
Yeah, like don't advertise him as the next Brock Lesnar. That's not Brock Lesnar.
I do think sometimes they have a problem with like not every wrestler is like good at professional wrestling because one, he wasn't very charismatic.
True.
Two, very soft spoken, which is a funny trait to have as wrestler.
Mhm.
And three, he like his whole thing was he was very technically sound. It's different skills.
It is. It certainly is. But he could take somebody down and grind out could it work if we get peak Perk Angle as his manager on the mic and they just talk about their gold medals and stuff?
Well,
That could be good.
Listen, I've yet to see like put him with Heyman and we're fine. Like that could have worked.
That's true.
Nice guy Kurt is not as like charismatic as he used to be, to your point, when he was just like, I'm gonna suplex that soda machine because he didn't know like,
Yeah.
what was
I was in the
moving.
Olympics. I broke my neck. We know, Kurt. We know.
100%. Shane McMahon's going through that class no matter what fucking happens.
Yeah. Which class? I'll try them all. It'll be fine.
So he tried them all twice is my favorite thing. Like he's just like, if I throw him even harder,
Shane deserves an award for that. I don't even know what award it would be. I mean, I don't know.
That is, I think he was doing an interview with Chris Van Fleet. If you haven't seen it, literally he's supposed to go through, like, he goes through one pane of glass and a sugar glass, and he goes to the next one, and the next two panes are real. So he's supposed to throw back through. And apparently, the story to Chris Van Fleet, he threw him into one, and he was like, "Oh fuck, Shane, are you okay?" Shane's like, "Just keep going." And Van Fleet's like, "Yeah." And then it took you like 3 more tries. How was that conversation? He's like, "You know what? Now that you mention it, I didn't like keep checking it," which is like my favorite piece. Like the first time it didn't work, he's like, "Try again." And Kurt's like, "Say no more. We're doing it until it works." And I like to think that Shane was like, "I just meant like one more go." Yeah. Well, he also said in there, he's like, "I wasn't really thinking about him hitting the ground."
Great point. Yeah,
like,
just
what
the glass.
did all the damage. Like he was like, "Oh, the glass won't hurt that bad." He's like, "I watch it back, and that dude bounces like every time." And it's like, "Yeah, dude, you were hucking him as far as you could, and he's just a billionaire's son. It's his only skill."
He didn't have to do this. He shouldn't have done this.
It's the most. That's my favorite quote from Shane about all of it. It's the most dangerous thing he's ever done.
And yeah, notably, only does crazy things.
We've talked about this. My favorite character is Daredevil, something to prove. I guess I want to die. Rich kid.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon.
Fucking Shane O'Mac is an absolute legend. Just coming out shuffling. You know, here comes the money. God, gets me so juiced. I can't believe he had to go out on his sword that way, Jake. Just ripping both of his quads. Put it on a show.
That is the best. It's the best way for Shane to go out.
It really is.
It's
very symbolic.
Injured 100%. I mean, doing something after all the things he did to get hurt so nonchalantly. Perfect. Also, after game recognized game, booking himself to win the Rumble.
That's very funny. Can't believe anyone had a problem with it, though.
That is so funny. And listen, this is a thing in sports. I'm ready for this segue. That's my thing this season. I'm announcing them. Sometimes people have issues when people step into a business and want to make a name for themselves. And sometimes you got to be like Shane O'Mac. You got to take that bull by the horns, take a step up. And maybe that's what Caitlin Clark needs to do. Book herself to win.
Honestly, it's interesting that the WNBA has taken the exact opposite point of view. Well, let's book her to lose. We'll put her on national TV, and then we'll just beat the shit out of her. We'll teach her a lesson.
Okay, I have an issue with this because we talked about like a little peek behind the curtain. We, recorded a little different structure last week, so this isn't the freshest news, but it's definitely still ongoing. The reason I wanted to talk about it was I haven't really heard anyone bring up this side of it. There's so many reasons to be mad at the way the WNBA is handling it. One of the reasons I'm mad at them is I don't think they understand that we know the difference between the players and the league. I think as a league, protect Caitlin Clark. I, in all of this, am fine with the Chicago Sky hating her.
For sure.
If this was one team, it's really good. Pump that up. Like next time she plays Chicago, they will get higher numbers. Like that'll be great. But like for the league to be like, come on, guys, get along. Like so stupid.
So dumb. It's so dumb. And like we got refs
and
making
also
blatantly
and also protect her. Yeah.
Because if she goes down, you're done. Like I'm so sick of people saying that the WNBA's rise isn't because of one individual person. Yeah. It's not a group effort. It's the all-time leading college scorer of all time. It's one person who gets insane numbers in Indiana somehow. National spotlight in Indiana. You got people traveling from everywhere. You got a sold-out arena. You got per the McAfee show, her jersey would, compared to the NBA, would be the 4th highest selling jersey. So that's something that I don't know, but I assume has never been anywhere near any other WNBA player. I don't know for sure. Like at a single point in time, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I would say that she is. Listen, she's a new wave, a new industry for this sport. I also think she comes at a time where, because of her, largely, the college product has never been more popular. So she brings a whole audience
yeah,
to the WNBA.
Possibly the audience. Like
Correct.
now we have to see what women's college ball does this year now too.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think it will lose a lot. Well, here's the thing. I think it is okay. This is where I go again. I think it's okay for the WNBA players to be upset that they are not promoted more. Like, because
but you got to do it the right way.
You have to do it the right way because this looks bad. And again, one team being heels, fine. Caitlin Clark is not the heel in all of this. The other piece I find laughable is like the idea that Caitlin Clark doesn't understand this.
Yeah.
Like the idea that she is like, oh, Caitlin Clark thinks that no one else in the WNBA is worthy of this, right? No. She would like everyone to get paid more. And I'm not saying she's like a beacon for equality. I'm just saying that she, confident in her own skills, also knows that, like, I don't think anywhere ever she said or expects just her to be the one promoted. But
pretty publicly and obviously she's making business decisions to promote the women's sport as a whole.
Correct.
Not just for her own individual. You know, like we talked about before, she could take a $5 million paycheck from the big three.
Yeah.
And which is more money than she will make from her WNBA salary her entire career, probably.
Correct.
For 10 games. And she could have done that, and she decided not to do that. And to your point, the way most of the players are acting towards Caitlin Clark, I think, is a good thing. You need to have heels. You got to have people trash talking her. Like Angel Reese, I think, is doing a good job. I think she's largely she's the Draymond Green of the WNBA, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
She's a fucking idiot. I'm not even going to tip. She sucks. She's stupid. But she could be the angry dumbass that's like riling up people and being polarizing. That's good. You can have people hitting Caitlin Clark. That's good. The people who are in the front office in the league need to say the right things, and Caitlin Clark's fucking team needs to do something. Like she can't get pushed down and then nobody be there. Like if her team is like rallying behind her and it's us versus them, then great. But right now it's them versus Caitlin, and we're not backing her, which doesn't make for good sport either.
Well, it feels like everyone in the league is against her. Like that's been the teams, is like it's Caitlin, everybody else. Because you either think that Caitlin's the only reason to watch, or you respect every woman playing the game. And it's like, no, she is like your biggest draw and attraction. I've heard that, like, this is another point where I was like, I feel like you're making the right point, but so wrong. I feel like the old head take I've seen is, well, when MJ and LeBron came into the league, don't you think they got their shit rocked? And I was like, don't you think they were mavericks for more eyes on the sport? Like LeBron came into the league, we were fucking watching high school tape.
For sure. Before he was in the league.
Correct.
In a similar way that Caitlin Clark paid off her entire rookie contract before she set foot in the state of Indiana. Ever.
And listen, it's a little chicken and the egg, because I recognize that if she were playing better right now.
She's not playing bad, though.
Correct. You're so right. I feel like that's the other take I've heard was like, well, if she was dropping 50 a game and this was happening, she'd be the best.
She scores 20 plus every game. That's
she's also getting
good.
hit on inbound plays.
Yeah, she's getting criticized, by the way, and it's a fair criticism from a basketball point of view. It's just not getting criticized in the right way. She turns the ball over a lot. Again, yes, because her entire body is floating because she's got shoved. You know, stuff like that. But and also, by the way,
aren't open.
Teammates are also not good.
A and B. No, and 100%. And I also think, yes, it's nuanced. Like, you want to let some of this happen. That's okay. And here's the big nuance to it. We've said it on the show. This is what I hate, is that it's like you're either team Caitlin Clark is the reason people are watching, or your team, the WNBA, should be promoting other players. No, we've been saying that the whole time. I don't know why they're not doing that as well. Like, I don't know why they're not propping up some of the other people who came in with her.
I can tell you why. Well, people are saying they are propping up everybody else only when talking about how good the league is doing. Because they keep saying rookie class, Angel Reese, Cardano, blah, 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 blah. But they're not promoting the other players because whenever they do, nobody gives a fuck. Like, at some point, you're just yelling at an empty room. And it's like, oh, when we say Caitlin Clark, people watch. Let's say Caitlin Clark.
So that I agree with. I also think, like, I'm upset that, like, we can't continue that interest on other people in the college sport. And you, it's like, to your point, some of that's on the audience. Like, I understand that too, of like, well, if they don't care, they don't care. College, it's even more egregious because she's not fucking there. So, like, let's talk about somebody else, because what are you gonna do? But on the pro level, I don't even, like, my marketing 2 cents would be, don't, like, sure, promote some of the other rookies that people already care about, to your point, like Angel Reese. And by the way, we all know she's not fucking good. You don't have to, like, be like, but she's only scoring 13. We know, but some people still tune into her games and like her, and the Sky are decent. So, like,
she's doing a disservice for herself too. Like, her whole publicity has, like, she's a rookie in, like, her first month of the sport, and she's not showing up to press conferences because she's upset she lost. Like, fucking go there and cut a promo. If you want to be a star, go in front of a microphone.
I will say, I do think her and Caitlin are like missing 2 pieces, which is, I don't think they realize the lack of supporting cast they have in 2 different ways. Like, I think Caitlin a little bit needs to realize to the LeBron thing, you don't have a Carlos Boozer. I wish you did. You don't have someone who's just like, you hit her and now I'm gonna break your fucking leg.
Right.
And honestly, that wasn't even Boozer. It was Robin Lopez. But like, it's like, can Robin play for that team? And on the big one, on Angel's side, I think she very much is like, I'm going to be Draymond Green, without understanding we wouldn't care about Draymond if he didn't play for Golden State.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And it's like, dude, your teammates are not good enough for you to be. Also, Draymond took time. He didn't start.
He didn't come in.
Where you're starting. So
you got to win. You got to be good first. You got to do all these things. Like,
the only thing I'll say, prop up Brianna Stewart.
Like, she's good.
Yeah. Can we prop up, like, some of the actual current MVP level talent in the league like that? I'm game on. Like,
that, I feel like they suffer from a little, not the exact same, but a little bit of the NHL issues where it's like, these players are so fucking good and they have no personality. Like, Brianna Stewart is okay. Like, she can talk a little bit, but it's like, she needs a Paul Heyman, you know? Like, she needs someone to really cut a promo for her. We need stuff like that. We need reasons why we want to cheer for these people. Give us reasons why. Tell us what, like, who they are.
Honestly, but such a good point. Maya Moore was such a good fucking person. She quit the league to, like, break her now husband out of prison. Because he was wrongfully convicted.
Yeah.
Like, I think about that sometimes. I'm like, man, I miss Maya Moore. What happened? Oh, yes, a conscience. Like, she just was like, I have other things I can do with my abilities and power that I will put my energy into.
Right. There's for sure talent in the league that deserves more of a spotlight. Correct. But again, you have to put talent with personality or whatever you want. Super. I think Diana Taurasi's still there. I think she's 41, still playing, which get a real job, Diana. Like, it's time. Hang it up. But like, the issue is with mostly the younger players, I feel like at this point, it's like they think they deserve the same level of notoriety and, like, reception as Caitlin Clark, and truthfully, it's like, just earn it. And you can't say this is the part that's really bothering me, and I hate that I'm defending Caitlin Clark this entire show so far, because for the people who have listened, I still think she's a loser. She hasn't won a damn thing, so let's keep that in mind. I'm not a I'm not riding for Caitlin Clark here, but I lost my train of thought.
That was the most important piece. I want to make one thing clear. You pulled a reverse Otani. It's like,
I got it.
Oh yeah.
But people are acting like she is giving all this credit, given the spotlight and everything because she's white and she hasn't earned anything. Literally, like, aside from winning a championship, which makes her a winner in my eyes, you can't say she didn't earn anything. Like, she's the all-time leading college scorer. And she didn't get plus 100,000 white points. She scored buckets. She scored points. Like, I don't understand why anyone believes that she didn't earn her way to this spot. Maybe she was given a push because she was relatable and just a Midwestern person. Like, that's fine. But even then, like, we still don't really know her personality or anything. She's gotten the spotlight basically solely because of her game, which is insane. And all these other people haven't done jack shit yet.
And it's like, listen, there are obvious, because I know you're making this point, so I'm just going to cover the bases a little bit for people who are going to take bad faith takes. Obviously, there are women, and I think we've made the argument on the show before, women of color who deserved more of a spotlight, like Agun Bawale.
For sure.
Should have been a star for 3 years. But
she's weird just because I think everyone recognizes she's insanely good. We just don't care about it. They just need to promote her.
I agree. And by the way, I heard someone say this, so get ready for a fuck off take. I should find the article it was in. Someone was like, well, there's people, it's like, that's hard to market because you can't say her name. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the face of the fucking NBA. We learned how to pronounce
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, correct. So fuck all the way off. Like, that's not what's happening.
Come up with a nickname. Like, you don't want to say it.
100%. Maybe not the Big O. It's taken. But otherwise, like, let's think more than 2 seconds.
Yeah. You could, if you wanted to market her, I bet you could. So you can figure it out.
Correct. Like, let's try a little bit. If I looked that article up, Stephen A.
Probably. Yeah. He wrote it from a restaurant in Louisiana, New Orleans.
Do you ever figure out who he hates? Do you remember that moment? I did. Sorry, this is a big circle.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Podcast, I don't know. Yeah, where he was like, you know who you are. I loathe you. Like, he dropped his Kendrick diss track.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, no. We do know that. Is
that Whitlock?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he hates Whitlock.
Correct. Yes, because he came out and everyone was like, we all feel that way.
Like, right, yeah, like,
waiting to see who it was, and we're like, yeah. I mean, same.
Yeah, you could have said his name. We agree with you. We got you
like, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we figured it out because, now I remember. We figured it out because Whitlock came out and was like, it's me. We're like,
yeah, we know.
Dumb fucker. Yes. No, I know. That's okay. Well, you've got a good game, but let's take a sidebar here for a quick second. I'm going to ask for a top 3. Top 3 people, it's like not your like most hated people in sports, but it's like if you had to like do a consensus and it's like we're all going to agree that why are these people here? Nobody likes them in sports. Because I think sports has some of those people and I'm like, we don't have to, like, no one likes them. For a while, like Booger was on that list. Like, it's like, we don't have to tolerate this. Like, we all are in agreement. We don't like this guy, like what they bring.
Right. I don't think anybody likes Schefter. I think he's just dialed in, but someone could replace him who's at least an ounce likable.
Nobody likes Schefter. Who is that guy?
I feel like there's some refs, like Tony Brothers, maybe.
Yes. Now I'm doing some research. I'm sorry. I wasn't really paying attention, and I realized you jumped straight to a referee, and I'm like, yeah, for sure. But I love that was your start.
I hate referees. None of them need to be here. How about Tyreek Hill? Do people like Tyreek Hill? I feel like people enjoy his fantasy points, or people hate him like me. Is anyone like, hey, I really enjoy his presence around here?
Harrison
Bucker.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. I think here's what does at this point does anyone like Dickie V?
No. Yeah, Dickie V doesn't need to be a thing.
No. And I just like every single when the common take I heard was like, I know people like him, but I think he's annoying. I never heard someone be like, and I like him. Like everyone.
Some people
like,
will say legend, but even then it's like
hey, baby!
just annoying the shit. Yeah. Right. And let's do a really quick pivot.
Not the same as not the same as piece of shit Jason Whitlock. Like I'm not
correct. Yeah, I don't hate Dickie V. It's just he doesn't need to be a thing. If he was gone forever.
Okay, dude, this first guy's you're gonna help me with the name first. This guy's first name is Eric, I think, and he's on. Him and his brother are both commentators. I think one of them used to be a not good football player for like the Eagles. They're annoying as shit. They're on like ESPN. It's like maybe Eric's way wrong. Oh God, this has big Asian and Pacific Islander History Month vibes. I don't want to be doing a Sam Howell, but
brothers who are commentators.
Yes, and they're like
Tiki Barber.
No, not Tiki Barber. Not like commentators for games, but they are on like ESPN shows and Fox shows. The one's definitely on Fox. He also hosted The Bachelor for 2 seconds.
Oh, maybe I know who you're thinking about. Initially I was thinking of McCourty. Yes, Emmanuel Acho. Fuck,
not Eric.
Not Emmanuel, Eric. Both E's. Yeah, he could be gone.
Yeah, he right away came to me. I was like, no one likes Emmanuel Acho. Like, can we just like vote him off the island?
I mean, to be completely honest, there's
that white backup quarterback, Dan Orlovsky.
I like hating Dan, so he needs to be here. We need someone to hate. There's a lot of Fox Sports guys though that sucks. I don't need Ryan Clark. He's gone. I don't hate Ryan Clark. He's everywhere, and I don't know why.
Yeah. There is by the way, hot take. There are a lot of Fox Sports personalities we don't need.
Correct. NBA especially. We can just get them out.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right. You had a transition. Go for it.
Really quick pivot. You're talking about Dickie V. Last week, the curse of this show. So Jake killed
this guy.
Yeah. Jake killed off Toby Keith and danced on his grave, a couple months ago. I'm still not fully over it. I didn't celebrate this guy. I just said he needed to bring back the Pac-12 and really lead the charge against the NCAA. But I don't think it can happen now because Bill Walton passed away. So that sucks. Bill Walton's he's a legend. I love Bill Walton. Legend. That sucks.
Man, for random memories, the random Wisconsin Badger college basketball game he broadcasted that trended on Twitter. He was like the #1 trending thing. It was like during their run with Hayes and Decker, and the whole broadcast he was talking about like it was the winter solstice. And it was the same one where he showed clips of him and Kareem benching. Like they cut to him doing reps, and it was like
insane.
The fact that it was like everyone was like, you have to turn on this Badgers basketball game because he's going off the fucking rails because it was a bloodbath, like we were whooping. So he was just like, how do I feel for time? I don't know. And they kept trying to talk about basketball. Losers.
I know. If there's one good thing about Bill Walton passing away, it is
careful.
No, it's fine. He will never have to go through a season without the Conference of Champions being around. If the Pac-12 dies, so does Bill Walton. He's going down with the ship, and I respect it. So rest in peace, Bill Walton and the Pac-12. And
it's true.
Leading the charge against the NCAA. I guess no one else can do it now. I don't know who can, pick it up. Boy. Is there a worse apple that fell very far from the tree?
Yes.
I don't know. He sucks.
He does stink. He does really stink. Listen, he's just so mediocre. Former future of the Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was gonna take over for the Warriors. People wanted at one point from Steve Kerr.
The documentary I need. That Warriors team of Kobe, Nash, Dwight, and Luke fucking Walton.
Yeah, no kidding. Luke Walton is, I mean, if there's one picture of nepotism in the NBA too, it's Luke Walton, which is interesting because
it's him and right below him, Austin Rivers.
Austin Rivers is he's a gritty guy. You know, he played defense.
Yeah, listen, in terms of grit, he's a little closer to Luke Walton and Tony Allen, but I mean, okay, sure.
I'll stay tuned. Bronny coming in a few weeks. I mean, he's the next.
By the way, also a take I'm out on, everyone being like, what's he doing? Blah, making money. What do you mean? Like,
yeah, it's I bet he's gonna be fine. I think he's gonna get
no
drafted.
matter what happens.
People keep saying, you know, I actually think Bronny could go in the first round. Really? No shit. Like you, what a fucking take.
I can't wait till he dates Gabrielle Union.
Or one of the Jenners. Like,
yeah. Well, I think he's going to follow the Jordan path. I think Jordan's kid eventually got Larsa Pippen.
Which is awesome. that is a good call, actually. I think there's an ESPN mock draft that came out this week that had him like still a late second rounder. I'm like, I don't know how to say this. I think you're wrong. Like, I understand he averaged 3 points in college.
Yeah.
I think teams are going to say, hey, I'll take LeBron's kid. Because guess what? He's going to sell all of the jerseys and it doesn't matter.
Fucking NBA player? Thanasis. You don't think we're going to clear a roster spot for LeBron's kid?
No kidding. Bucks should just do that. Let's get him too.
That's so good. Yeah, bring him in as well. Well, listen, and I get the whole thing is like, I think the only controversial thing is LeBron's not going to stick with him.
Right.
Like
right.
if they only overlap 2 years.
Yeah. I still think, I don't know why teams are like thinking they don't want to take Bronny because they don't think they just take him. Like he's going to go to the Lakers. The Lakers will draft him. And why wouldn't the team right before the Lakers just say, fuck you?
You drafted Taco Fall. Like it's the same fucking thing. Like
who are you going to draft who is going to be worth a shit whatsoever? Oh, I took the fourth guy from Australia. Who gives a fuck?
The only research you need to do is on who the team after you is taking next. Because as long as that guy's not MJ, take Bronny. That's the only thing, because that's what they look that shit up. Like if you fucking draft him and then it's the Timberwolves situation, that's a tough look.
As a person who isn't super into the NBA, I'm going to say this for a fact. There's 2 players in every NBA draft that are worth a damn. And this time, I think there might be one, and it's probably Bronny, because at least he's going to make your team money. I don't know any other player who I care about. They're
certainly more
international. For sure. Supposedly he's going to be a good player in the NBA. And I'm saying that doesn't matter. Like that's the least thing we need to look at is how well he plays basketball.
And he could be your most valuable player.
Yeah. All we know from Thanasis is that as long as he can give you 3 hard fouls, great.
And they are hard.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
He's a stiff worker.
I can't believe the Bucks didn't win more championships with Thanasis and Robin Lopez on the bench. Like, that's crazy.
That's so true. By the way, they would have Caitlin's back.
For sure. And I'm surprised Damian Lillard doesn't have like some estranged brother that they haven't drafted yet or brought in. Like that's all the bench is. Oh, Chris Middleton, who Caleb Middleton? Come on, come here. Sure.
No, I know. All right, Zach, we got a game to play, huh?
We do. I think I'm down $25. So I'm gonna let you know this one could be tough. Okay, but it's gonna be entertaining. I don't know the stakes yet, so we'll figure this out together. But this is the game. I have 10 athlete cameos, Jake. We're going to watch the cameos, and you are going to have to guess how much a cameo from this person costs. Okay? That's the basics of this game. And I have also 3 random non-sports ones that I think we're going to go first, and you're going to have to go higher or lower on to earn money to spend here. A little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of margin of error. So I'm going to say you start with $100, okay?
Nice.
So you can be off by $100 total for the entire 10. But for each higher, lower of these 3 random ones that you get correct, I'll give you. I feel like 25 is too low. I'll give you an extra. 30. I'll give you an extra 35.
A nice round number. Okay, great.
So you have the option or the possibility to get $105 extra.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
100 safe no matter what. That's like my piggy bank.
Yes, and I'm letting you know you're going to need more. So if you don't get any of these correct, maybe we will change the game a little bit.
All right, I got it.
Okay, let me bring up the first one. These are going to be non-sports ones to start, okay?
All right.
So this first one is from a little show called Vanderpump Rules, okay?
Here we go.
And it is the maid or assistant Anne, as you can see on the screen here, Jake. So let's take a watch of a little bit of one of her cameos here, okay?
Hello, it's me, Anne Max from Vanderpump Rules. Hi! You're amazing, wonderful bridesmaids, your best friend.
Pretty good content so far, I would say.
She has a cameo?
She does have a cameo.
Knock him down a few pegs for me, right? Right, girls? For your future, you're going to have the happiest marriage ever. Get wild, get crazy. Woo, you're not single anymore.
Okay, so 2 minutes and 40 seconds was this one. If you want for the athlete ones, I can also give you the average length of their cameos. I can look that up while you're guessing. But for this one, let's just say higher. Does Anne charge higher or lower than $100 for her cameo?
Nice round number. She should certainly charge less. She is the most B of characters.
That's generous, but correct.
So now the question is just, do I think, like I was going to say, do I just guess over on all of them? Because are they all overpriced? I think on the first one, I'm going to lean a little bit into the game and say, maybe you gave me one that makes sense. And also I'm just going to go with my heart because this shouldn't be worth more than $10 fucking. So I'm going to say it's less than 100.
Okay, well, it's certainly more than 10, but it is less than 100. So you are up to 135 and charges $60 for her cameos.
You know,
writing that 3-part reunion, you know?
Yeah.
3-part reunion just finished up. She can certainly make bank now.
Was she even at the reunion?
I think she came on for a hot. I think she brought in drinks at the end.
For $60.
For $60, yes. Okay, next one is a great one. I will say. We have Rob Macchio.
The Todd from Scrubs. You know it is great to meet you guys 5. Listen, Paul reached out. He thought it'd be nice to get you the Todd from Scrubs to stop by and give you a pep talk. That's right, the doc himself coming out of retirement. First, I'll give you a second to take in old gray Todd. By the way, guys, the drapes match the carpet. 5. Who are we kidding? There's no carpet down there. We're talking hardwood floors. Listen, guys.
That is the Todd. You still got it, folks.
Fastball's still there.
Fastball is still there. 2 minutes. He looks more like a doctor than he ever did on the show where he played one.
So true.
Okay, I'll give you the same number, Jake. Over or under $100 for Rob Macchio?
See, this is crazy because reverse of my logic from before of do I guess them all being over? Now I'm like, fuck, I don't think any of these are worth $100. But I'm just like, do I think any cameos are worth $100? So he's putting a lot into it, and Scrubs just saw a resurgence. God, but it shouldn't be $100. He was a B character in a show that ended 10 years ago. But
More
than that. Yeah, way more than that. So I'm not season 9. I'm gonna say it's less again.
I think it's worth every single penny. But Rob Macchio charges $85. So you are correct. It is under. Keep going with your heart. So you were up to $170, a nice even number. And you can go up to $205 with this next one. Last but not least, I think it's a shorter one, but I think you can follow the trend here. You can probably guess who it's going to be. And yes, it is Riff Raff, Jake.
Dan Tony, Wise America from Jizzle over there to Garrett. Happy 40th birthday. Y'all going to be raging it up. Dan Tony, Cherry Chupacabra. Y'all going to be raging it up over there in Vegas. I wish you the best. They say that your son named Atlas. Y'all love Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to Troy Aikman and Emmett Smith, Daryl Johnston.
Oh.
Michael Irvin. Jay Novak. Who else plays for the Cowboys still? Who else still plays for the Cowboys? I don't know. Happy 40th. I know that's right. Wish y'all the best. And Tony Wang.
Incredible.
So yeah, it is good. That is a good one.
Moose coming up before Irvin is crazy.
By the way, they have multiple cameo, like public cameos on there. So I watched through and chose all of these specifically. So
yeah,
I did enjoy what other current Cowboys.
There's no more scathing indictment about the current state of the Cowboys than like you couldn't say Romo. You couldn't say like we didn't even get that far. Witten deserved a shout out.
True. But he couldn't even pull Dak Prescott, which is great.
No.
But okay. Last one, $100 over under for Riff Raff's 40 seconds.
In my brain, I almost said it for the bit. I was whatever the price is over. Riff Raff seems like he overcharges. I'm going to go over $100.
Riff Raff charges the same as the Todd, so $85. Wow. Which one would you rather get?
Todd.
Yeah, for sure.
He put also more effort into it.
A lot more effort.
He had a little handmade sign. By the way, this is definitely an episode as you're listening to this. Hopefully you've gone and found the video version because this is one you'll probably want to watch the video for.
Yes, FlurrySports YouTube channel. This will be up there. But so you have $170 to work with, Jake. I'm going to give you a little bit of hint here. The average of these 10 cost $118.40. Okay. That's the average.
I lose whatever I'm off on. Is that what is happening here?
Correct. I will. So the average is $118.
It's like the fucking hiker.
Yeah, it is. And I will also say only 2 of these are under $50. Okay.
Good to know. Okay. That's going to be I'm going to go through these. And which 2 do I think should be less than 50?
Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you won't. There's some great values in here, though. I will say.
Okay.
So the first one we will start off with. You know what? I'm not even going to say the names of these. I'm just going to see how quickly you can spot out who it is.
Okay.
Okay. Let me pause it here. First one. The man, the myth, the legend. Do you know who this is?
That's not Marshawn, is it?
It's not Marshawn. This is Eddie Lacy, Jake.
Oh my God. Eddie, what happened?
No. He's in peak form here. Here we go. Here's a little bit from Eddie Lacy.
Hey, what's up, Chris? Eddie Lacy here. I want to say thank you for, still being one of your favorite Packers running backs. That's a big deal. I always appreciate hearing it. I really, really appreciate it. The spin move, honestly, I don't know where that came from, but it worked for me, especially at my size, and it was always fun to do it. And to answer your question about my favorite Packers moment and Packers game, I would say my favorite Packers moment actually was in practice. When I was a rookie during OTAs, the first time I ever got in a huddle with Aaron Rodgers, that was definitely my favorite moment. Although he kind of changed the play to something we didn't get into during during film study, we didn't. During a playbook study, he changed it to something we didn't get to. So when I was in there, I knew the original play, and he audibled and changed the play to something we didn't get to, and then he hiked the ball, and I was confused. I just stood there, and I was kind of embarrassed / scared because I didn't know like if I would get in trouble or not. But then he just laughed it off, and we laughed it off, and then I felt a lot better after that. So that's probably my favorite Packers moment.
Okay. So 2 minutes, a good message from Eddie. Personable.
Well, he answered some questions. I don't know if I should be reading into that or not, but I think he definitely tailored it to the person recording. And is giving like, you can tell that like, which I've always really liked Eddie Lacy. So
Same.
doesn't surprise me. He took the time to be very personal. He also doesn't strike me as someone who overcharges. So I'm going to kind of go off of your average price.
And
I could see.
I can give you this information if you want it, by the way. For each one, I'll give you any of the information you want, but I can give you the number of reviews there are, their stars out of 5 if you would like, and their average video length. I can give you all 3 of those for every person if you would like.
I think to make it a little more fair for myself, because that's a lot of good info to have, I'm just going to ask for the number of reviews. I think that's going to be most telling.
For Eddie Lacy, it couldn't be any number other than 27. 27 reviews.
Yeah, and to me that seems like he's getting, because I don't see him like blowing up, so he's either way overcharging but I feel like those are 27. Hey, this was nice reviews.
Mm-hmm.
So do I think he's one of the ones under 50? I'm gonna hedge my bets a little bit. I think he's under the average price, but I think he's giving good info. So I'm gonna kind of hedge the bets and go a little higher than maybe I was thinking, but I'm gonna say $90.
$90. Pretty close. I think you got a good start here. Eddie Lacy charges $75.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. And I'm like, but he's good quality. Okay. That's a really reasonable price for someone literally fucking answering a question you said, dude.
I know. And out of the 27 reviews, all 5 stars.
Yeah.
You're down to 155. You started with 170. That's good. If you're off 15 for each one, you're golden. You're good to go.
I'll be a little tight, but okay, here we go.
Okay. Next one. I'm deciding which ones I want to go. But you know what? Let's go into wrestling. How about that? Yeah. And this one, Jake. What a fucking legend this guy is. Who do you know who this is?
Is this the fucking, is it the Godfather?
No, not the Godfather. I did look at his cameo though. He does have one.
I can't tell from here.
Okay. I'll play it. You'll know who it is. There's no doubt in my mind you know who this is.
Whoa, good day, Lily. How you doing, babe? You're looking great. Oh, and I love that perfume you're wearing. WWE and Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer here, Bushwhacker Luke. Happy Mother's Day, Lily, from your son Alex. He loves you so much, and he got me to give you the well wishes for Mother's Day. Yep, Sunday is a big day for you in your life, and he's going to be there. We've got blonde hair and black beards, and that. This is 1972, and that when we get out, this car full of young kids, well, in the 20s, start yelling out tapet to us, which means faggot in French, and that. So now there's only 3 television stations in the area at that time, and 2 of them have got a wrestling show on all night telling them to. Anyhow, getting back to you, Lily, remember Alex loves you a lot, and he's wishing you the best and a happy Mother's Day, and he's sending all his love. Okay? You have a great day, darling. See you down the road. Whoa!
So
that was a 7-minute video?
8. 752. Yep.
Okay. How many reviews for the Bushwhacker?
440.
Yeah. he's a big timer. Well, because he's a personality. I think some of those are overcharged reviews. Again, do I think he's worth a bunch of money?
I'm gonna tell you this information just because I think it's fucking impressive. His average video length for a response is just short of 6 minutes long.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm gonna go over the average. And based on the number of reviews, I'm gonna say he doesn't. Maybe he's under but like that's such a long video. Like I think for the charge, and these motherfuckers didn't get health care. So I'm going to say
that's true.
They got to provide. So I'm going to go see, I'm a little nervous on the cap on these, and I'm not asking for one. I think that's part of the fun of the game, but how over the average do I go when only 2 are below 50? I'm not going to go that much over the average. So I'm going to say he's 130.
130. Okay. Jake, Bushwhacker Luke. He charges $39.
No, I knew it might be the other way. He just is lonely.
What a value. Possibly the best value for your buck on Cameo.
Oh my God. That killed me. Oh man. Okay.
It did. You know what? I was wondering how, I'll give you an extra 100 because I honestly couldn't gauge what's a fair amount.
How often am I going to be on stuff? Okay. Well, what does that? I have a proposition, Zach.
Okay.
Let's just play it straight out because what does that drop me to? I was off there by
91.
So that drops me to a total of
64.
Let's play it straight back. And how about I can buy back money with some of our points, our dollars.
Sounds good.
If I reduce our gap by 5.
Sure.
I get $50 or something. Okay. So
that's fair. For this next one, I'm going to give you the option. Would you like to go the MMA route or another professional wrestler?
Let's go MMA. Football? Let's mix it up a little bit.
God, one of my favorites. This is a interesting one. I watched all of his public ones, and this is the one I chose.
Kaysen.
Over.
Am I saying that right? Kaysen. Kasson. I want to get this right. As a guy with a
watch this whole thing,
name,
by the way. Or close to it.
Common. I'm reading your name, and I'm thinking of Jason. Without a J, I'm putting a K, and I'm going with Kaysen. Do I have that right? By the way, I heard from your dad. He said that you were shot in the head. And that you're okay. Do I have this right? I would not make light of that, but that is a remarkable thing. You were shot in the head. Oh, by the way, that just happened? That was last month? Or earlier this month? And you're already okay. This is just a remarkable thing. It says that you would like to be a fighter, that you want to be a Marine. That's what your father did, and that you aspire to do the same thing. He told me that you followed my career. I got to tell you, I'm a little bit at a loss for words. Are you okay? I got to start with that. My message and the tone of the message that I would deliver to you is very different if you get shot in the back of the head and you're not okay. But it sounds like you are. I wasn't taking this at all as a memorial.
During a dead guy's cameo.
Yeah.
That would simply be a miracle. There would be no other way to say, I'm sorry, I'm making this message and my daughter has come over. Wait, yes, baby.
I got it.
You have a blister?
Yeah,
okay.
A blister bubble and
okay.
Shook it apart.
That's amazing. This gentleman I'm talking to got shot in the head. Does it seem weird to complain about a blister when the dude got shot in the head? No? All right. At any rate.
I feel bad for him.
I do too, but apparently he's okay. I guess.
How is he?
I don't know. Apparently he's fine.
I don't know.
That's what you call bulletproof.
Him talking to his brother like that all the time is awesome.
Yeah, I know. He gives some genuine advice about MMA at the end, but it's mostly just him being like, "What the fuck is happening? You got shot in the head." Classic chill. It was Chael's got some great ones. You can also buy him roasting you apparently, which is very tempting. But for Chael, do you want any info from his page here?
Yeah, so the three options you gave me were ratings. He's going to have a ton of them.
I'll give you all of them if you want. You don't have to choose.
Yeah. What is the average length for him?
Average length is 236.
Yeah.
So
and what
good-
was the third
good
one
length.
you were going to give me?
Stars out of 5. He's got 4.95.
Yeah. So not crazy overpriced. Again, I'm kind of playing the averages. I think that's my big go-to here. Chael is just for sure the biggest star of the ones we've been to so far. He's like literally actively has a fan base. So
Known for his talking.
You can pay to roast him. I'm not going to go too far over the average. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if we got to the end of the list and it's like Chael was the most expensive one. So like that's because he's also just he shouldn't have to give you a deal. It's Chael sodded. So
I think just for a tiny hint, I think you'll know who the person who overcharges is.
yeah, that's fair. So I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna also play a little conservative with my money. So I'm gonna go. But I do think he's over the average. So I'm going to go 125.
Not a bad guess whatsoever. Chael charges 115. So $10 off.
Yeah. So he's slightly under the average. So someone is really overcharging. And that doesn't necessarily surprise me. Okay.
Shouldn't surprise you. Would you like to go coach or do you want to go athlete?
Coach.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm down to $50. Okay, can I make a rule where if I'm within $5, I get some money back? Is there a way for me to accrue anything?
If you're within $10, you get $10 back.
Okay, so do I get $10 right there?
Sure. So, okay, so I took
How
away
about if I'm
10,
within 10, I don't lose anything?
Okay, sure. Okay, so you still have 64.
That's all I need. Just a way to not lose. Okay, perfect.
True. Okay, we'll go with this coach here. Yours, mine, certainly Pete's favorite. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Fran McCaffrey. I'm excited to announce I'm now on Cameo, and I'm available for any personal and business requests with the proceeds benefiting the American Cancer Society.
What a douchebag. He has no actual cameos public, just his little promo here. But it's like he said, proceeds supposedly profit cancer.
Yeah, right away I was like, this guy overcharges. Rich scumbag. So I don't know why I dislike this guy so much. By the way, the only thing I know from his cameo is he's donating the funds. So be a little lighter on him. But to that point, not going to be a discount because he's donating the money.
True.
Not a huge one. I think he's on. I'm going to say these are $100.
Okay. Trying to think of what we got to do here. You nailed it.
Here. I haven't asked for any tips yet. I know 100's wrong, but honestly, I don't know which direction I'm wrong in. So,
no, stop. Jake, stop.
Oh, wow.
You hit it exactly.
Oh, my God. We didn't make a rule.
So
I win.
I mean, you hit the jack. I think you get $50 back. I think that's the rule.
And by the way, it would be this guy. I've got this dude pegged.
Yeah. So $100 exactly. You're up to 114 again. Yeah. Was it worth it? Is he worth it? $100.
$100 donation was what I set my mind on. I'm like, you're not gonna nickel and dime people on that. So I just was like, he probably picked that. Here's the thing. What has this guy ever said that's fucking interesting? So no, he's not worth it. Just donate $100.
Yeah. Even his promos, it's bad. It's not good. Okay. I'm going to go with one of the more random athletes that I love to guess in all of our games. Here we go. Let's see if you can guess who it is, I guess.
The neighborhood, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there, Carter. but nobody sees the Cowboys fans because y'all don't see anything but losses, L's. You already know the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl, and I can see now that you already know that we won the Super Bowl. So I want you to let that marinate. And I also hear that you suck toes. Yeah, you, Carter. You want to suck Jerry Jones's old toe. You know how old those toes is? You know how many times that he walked outside barefoot and didn't wash those things? Come on, man. Chiefs Nation's over here, man. Come on, all day, man. The Cowboys fans, I know y'all want to transition over to flag football because that's what you guys have, come to. You guys suck, man. It's a lot of room over here in Chiefs Nation. Come on aboard, Carter. And guess what? I know you want to have Chris Collinsworth babies, man. And you hate Aaron Rodgers? Well, I bet you wish y'all had Aaron Rodgers right now because y'all don't have anybody. Y'all suck. Come on, Carter, get it together. Chiefs fans all day, Super Bowl champions, Cowboys still suck. And
I didn't notice he didn't even say his name in it. That's Dexter McCluster.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's him or Charles.
Yeah.
I was at first. I was like, oh my god, is that what Eric Berry looks like now? But then he started talking like Eric Berry, not that cutthroat.
No.
Okay, Dexter McCluster.
Mm-hmm.
How many reviews?
He's got 142 reviews. All of them 5-star.
Okay. I'm going to say this strategy means that someone really overcharged, which maybe is true because I haven't had one person over the average, and I don't think he is either.
It's true.
So, I think he could be close because he's funny, but also it's like, does he just roast Cowboys? I'm going to say it's 110.
Oof, this one's gonna hurt.
$20.
Dexter I'm gonna get, you can go with your second guess. So Dexter McCluster is the cheapest on the list.
Oh,
he charges $22.
wow.
So I'm gonna go $2 off. I'll give it to you. $2 off. And he's worth it. He's a good one. He's got some good videos out there. He did a good job.
Okay, him and Eddie Lacy. I've learned something now. Two people have confirmed it for me. NFL players need money. I thought that meant they'd overcharge. They undercharge. So
it's true.
There you go.
I don't think I have any other NFL players, but we do have a specimen. Here we go on this one.
Hey, Jonathan. That's right. Governor Jesse Ventura here. Back home in my home state of Minnesota. Well, Rich told me to get in contact with you. He said that you need a little bit of a pep talk maybe or something. You're stressed out about your law degree? Why would you be stressed out about that, Jonathan? It's remarkable. You have a degree and are able to practice law? Man, I'd give anything for that. I've been in 2 or 3 trials. They ought to give me a law degree because I've been in there enough times already that I think I might have earned one too. But
former VP or future VP candidate, Jesse Ventura,
right.
I would guess.
He's got jokes.
This guy also, well, he went into politics so he could get insurance, but he also, I'm gonna go out and say I think he way overcharges.
Okay.
He is funny. He's known for several things. Like I feel like for a generation of people, he's like Gary Busey.
That's true. That's probably true.
I think he could easy charge 200, and I'm willing.
Ooh.
And that's my only math I'm doing is that's obviously way over the average. Okay, what are his star ratings?
He has 66 reviews, 4.91.
God, they're all good. And how many reviews? Bunch of them.
66.
Yeah. I'm gonna trim it a little bit just so I'm not off by a crazy amount. I'm gonna say 150.
He charges 110, also under the average.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I don't know who's coming up. So when fucking Vanilla Ice comes up or somebody, it's gonna be like, oh, of course, Tom Sandoval.
I'm telling you, you'll know. You're like, oh, this motherfucker. Why is he here? You'll know.
I'm not gonna
You'll
lie,
know.
that's how I feel about the body a little bit. He showed up and I was like, oh man. He
Back
needs
in
a payday.
Minnesota.
All right,
Fucking
$40. I can take that. That was a good adjustment. I'm fine with that.
Yes. Okay. This one is my favorite.
Okay.
I love everything, all of his cameos, everything this guy fucking does. He is incredible.
Boo.
Vinny Gallardi.
Yes.
Vinny Gallardi? Vinny Gallardi. Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to think of other ways I can spin it. But I don't think I can, Vinny. I think that's it. I think I hit the freaking nail on the head. It's Vinny Gallardi. Well, now that I know you, let me introduce myself. My name's Eric Bugenhagen, a.k.a. Rick De La Sick. And I'm reaching out to you, brother, because you reached out to me. And you had a specific message. You said, Eric, I made the decision to get my ass up and join MMA class, an American top team. Starting this Tuesday. Holy buckets, Vinny. I dropped the ball. I just realized, wait, holy frick. Today is Tuesday, isn't it? I better freaking finish this message then. Brother, it's Tuesday, okay? It's go time. It's do or freaking die. This is a lifetime defining moment. You got the nervousness. You got the freaking butterflies. But what are you going to do? You're going to be chicken shit? Or are you going to rise to the occasion? And are you going to be freaking Vinny, big V, big bad V in the house? People are going to know you and say, holy buckets, big bad V is in the house. You know what I'm saying? This is where you make your freaking mark. It's day one. Day one's always the hardest. It's always something new.
So this
How
is
long is that fucking video?
It is 9 minutes and 29 seconds. He's got a lot of long
Tuesday.
Well, he's like, I start on Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I gotta get this done.
It's Tuesday. Title of the episode, I think. But it is, dude. Boogs is awesome.
So good.
God, he should have. Bring it back. 9 minutes is what's his average like?
I am bringing him up right now. I forget he goes by Richard.
Yeah. So as Bugenhagen. So when you look him up,
or never mind, Eric. He goes by Eric. Bulbous horse mask connoisseur is what he goes by on here. That is his title. He's awesome. So he's got a perfect 5-star rating, obviously.
Yeah.
121 reviews.
Yeah.
And his average length is 11 minutes and 25 seconds.
So that bumps up his value for me a little bit. Because I think he's pretty cheap. I mean, he was just on WWE for like 3 months. But he's obviously over because we've had our two who are under 50.
Correct. Yep.
Bushwhacker and fucking Dexter McCluster.
What a duo.
What a
Next
duo.
team.
Yeah. I don't think he's much above that. The length bumps it up for me. So I'll say, God, I hope he charges. He averages. I hope he charges like $10 a minute. Like he's doing long videos. So I'm going to say he goes a little under that and goes a little value. So I'm going to say 85.
Good guess. Boogs charges $70. So 15 off only. That's an incredible value. He is so good at anything. He's so funny.
For that many reviews, like he's so good. WWE should have made him a fucking commentator or something.
Something. He's so charismatic, and
him and Otis should be a team. He just can't wrestle yet, but he'd like only been training 2 months.
Sure. Him and Otis would be an interesting tag. Just a couple of Midwestern meatheads. Or him and Braun Breaker. I'd like to see those two together.
Oh my God. I don't know.
Barking at each other.
One of them scarier than the other one. Speaking of tweaking.
Braun's insane. He's great. But yeah, Twitch guess there. He's a twitchy guy. Twitchy guy. Let's go to another twitchy guy, Jake.
Okay.
It's the only way I can describe.
How many are left?
We got 3 left.
That's what I thought. All right, we're gonna knock these out, baby. Here we go.
Here we go.
Jake and Jordan, this is Coach Urban Meyer. Our bar mitzvah is a celebration of becoming men. As the sons of Buckeyes, you're already born into greatness. True champions aspire to continue that in everything they do. And I know you'll do just that as your parents have achieved pure greatness with the both of you. Congratulations on your bar mitzvah. The Buckeyes can't wait for the both of you to join the graduating classes of 2033 and 2034. Guys, your dad really needs an excuse to go to more than one game at the shoe per season. Your parents are so proud of you. They love you very much. And by the way, we got to beat that damn team up north.
Fuck that guy. $200. Yeah, 100%. $200 for Urban Meyer. That guy stinks.
That guy does stink. This is the big whale that brought up the average. Not surprised. I'm happy to tell you, Jake, he charges $345 for that 39 seconds.
I hate him.
Me too.
I hate him so much.
Does it help you that or make you feel better that his average video length is 30 seconds long? So over $10
What's his
per
star
minute.
rating?
It is 4.87.
Wrong.
I agree.
Look up Boogs.
Yeah, go book Boogs 5 times.
That's crazy. I underguessed just because I was trying to play the average a little bit. Like, they haven't been that off on the average on the other side. So I'm like, I could have guessed more. I would never have gone north of 300.
Insane. Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. So he probably empties me out.
He empties you out. So you got 2 left. Do you want to buy in for a chance?
I'll give you 5 points right now. I'll reduce my gap by 5 so that I can try and get these 2.
Okay. So now I'm still down 20. How much money does 5 give you? I will give you,
I think 50. That's what I was thinking.
I'll give you 25 because then you could spend another 5 to buy in and get another 25.
Okay.
Because if you win the game, then you get 10 anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. No, that's good. All right. Yes, okay. I agree. All right. I'll spend 5, get 25. That's good math. Okay.
Would you rather go athlete or coach?
Let's end on coach. So we'll go athlete next.
This is a doozy.
That guy sucks.
He does suck. This next guy does not suck. It's a short one. Make sure you're listening to every fucking second because it's gold. Okay.
Oh, hi, Lisa. I just wanted to tell you something nice, so I'm here saying hi.
What's his average length? God damn it. What's the average length?
Let's see. It's such a Nick Diaz cameo. His average length is 11 seconds, so this one's a little under, but not by much.
What's the star rating?
3.57, the lowest by far we have seen.
Yeah, he overcharges. Now Urban can bring that average up all on his own. So I'm just like, it's too short. So no matter what he charges,
it's too. Yeah, for sure he overcharges though. I'll let you know that.
I'm gonna go over the average. I'm gonna say he charges 125.
So Nick Diaz for 7 seconds charged $209.
Fuck you, Nick. I should have known. He charges more than Shale. Way more than Shale. Yeah. Way more than Shale.
And it cut off mid-sentence. All he said was hi. Yeah, I love him so much. Worth it. This was more worth it than the fucking Urban Meyer one.
Correct. Okay. 5 more points. So if I end within 25 here, the gap stays the same.
Correct. That is correct. Yeah. Okay. Last one. We're ending with a bang. One of my favorites.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. Here we go.
Hey, good morning, man. It's your friend John Gruden. I'm down here in Tampa, Florida. I'm at the FFCA, the Fired Football Coaches headquarters. I'm in my Raider room. I got my old Raider game plans. There's some of my memorabilia. I even got a draft board there. I got all kind of stuff going on here. But I get this message from
I love people explain to me how Cameo
your defending
Yeah.
champion. And he's asked me to kind of address the Balls and Sacks FFL draft group. And I'm happy to do it. You know, I really am. I know Rhodey, well. And having him ask me to do this personally means a lot to me. So I'm gonna say what I think needs to be said. I hope you guys don't take this the wrong way. But I do know as a member of the Balls and Sacks fantasy football draft team, you guys have a lot ahead of you. So concentrate. I just want to reiterate that Rhodey is the champ. And I know he's saying he's going to remain the champ. I believe him. Okay, I know what I see. He has the it factor. And if you don't know what that is, you'll find out, Shaggy and Gross. I mean, some of you guys, Logan, Brock, Boone, some of you guys need to learn about the it factor. And the guy has a XXX pouch. He's got big you-know-what, man. And he's going to prove it again because he leads the league in guts. And
I love John Gruden. I watched several of his. There's some that he like breaks down plays and stuff and gives his favorite grinders. Those are good. But I do enjoy every single person. He always talks about how he knows the person well who requested it. He's always friends with them, which I enjoy. It's a good bit.
Yeah. What is his star rating? It's got to be 5, right?
Perfect 5. He has 47 reviews. His average length is 4 minutes and 37 seconds.
I'm a little thrown off after the last two, but I think I'm going to come back to earth a little bit. He's obviously slightly disgraced. But people still like him. But I'm like, does he have a fucking podcast? He's got it, right?
I don't think so.
He should charge $100. I'm just trying to think if he's over the average. I think he very well. He's giving like good answers, but so did people earlier, and it was less. So I need to be within 25. I feel good about it being between 75 and 125. So I'm gonna go with 100.
Jake, pretty damn good. He charges $99.
Smart. I've been waiting for someone to do that. Smart strategy by him. He's a businessman.
He's a strategist for sure.
Listen, can someone give him just a little H&R training and we could hire him back? Like he just needs a little polish.
Yeah, or just like he just needs an assistant to respond to emails. That's it.
100%.
Yeah, that's it. Just don't let him touch a computer.
He's going crazy. He looks at tape every day for fun.
Yeah. But hey, there's another cameo. He gave a tour of the Fired Coaches Academy down there. That was pretty fun.
There you go.
He's got a pinball machine in there. Kind of cool.
So Zach, good defense by you.
Right. There's some great cameos on there. Which one was your favorite?
In a way, Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
I think the best. I was gonna say the best value was Bushwhacker, but I don't know if I can understand him.
He tells a lot of stories. There's one where he told a story about Andre the Giant farting on a plane and clearing it out. Basically,
yeah,
he's got good stories.
I think the best value for who they are. I mean, my favorite. If I had to pay one of those folks and get it, I'm like, oh my god, that's how much Chaels cost.
Yeah, Chael should charge more.
Yeah,
for sure.
One also that specific one, bringing his daughter on, be like, do you think this is the right time to bring up your blister? You fucking brought it up.
You're right. So
I like the idea. None of these people are they not allowed to re-record?
Watching through some of these people's cameos, it's pretty obvious. Not necessarily with all the people I showed you, but almost nobody reads what is submitted to them until they hit record.
Yeah.
They're like glancing at it like, okay, what's going on?
It's Tuesday.
Right, Boogs. Boogs does not plan it for sure.
And
That's
that
part of the reason
surprise
why
me,
his
but
is so long.
Chael being like, he was shot in the head. Like, I'm like, you couldn't process that off air?
I mean, that's how his YouTube videos are though, too. He hits go and then he goes, and then he's like, then he starts thinking about like what just happened. He likes the audience watching his process, you know?
Yeah, I guess. Like he's the show. The other one I would get is Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy he's gave thoughtful answers for sure.
And like they wrote him a letter and he like personally responded to that note is pretty cool. And I mean, this not a contest. The most thought into like the answers ahead of time for sure was Eddie Lacy. Like he read the specific question and specifically had an answer for it. Like he's like, oh yeah, I was thinking about this. Don't get me wrong. Bushwhacker and Boogs went for 9 minutes. So they had a lot of thought, but
I will say, I think Gruden prepares the most out of any of them because people in the ones I've seen, they ask like specifics about like who's the best at watching film and stuff. And he like brings up film on the thing and like goes through it. Like he puts in the work, not saying he's
the one
busy.
I saw, he was just ripping the shreds of fantasy league. So
correct. But he puts in work.
Sense. Least amount of work. Listen, Nick Diaz, but second least amount of work. McCluster does that for everyone, right? Like McCluster just like he
actually I showed you, I think, the most jokey one.
Okay, I could see that because I was like, does he just do like cowboy fan shit? Like, I don't know. But
no, but he's still pretty.
I mean, it's leaps and bounds between Nick Diaz and everybody else in terms of lack of care.
If you gave Nick Diaz your buddy, that's on you. You know,
it's not a surprise how much he's charging you. You can look up the average length.
Did you see his last fight where he just sat down in the middle of the ring? He doesn't care.
I like the idea that I knew it was going to be 10 seconds. He didn't even try to answer is probably what they're offended at. Like he just turned out, I'm making soup. See ya.
I wonder if I can read reviews on Nick Diaz before we get out of here.
Yeah, I love that.
I do love it. And as Nate Diaz is not on there, by the way, I did look. Okay, so 1 star. I think it's the one I showed you. The video was 8 seconds long and cut off mid-sentence. It was supposed to be one of the highlights of my life.
That's crazy.
Odd you that it wasn't. Yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's what you make of it, man.
Wish the name at the beginning was clear. I added some personal info to make it sound authentic, but the video is only 6 seconds long. My kids won't even believe it's a video for them. Good. Paid over $200 for this video, and it's not what I was expecting. Very little effort, and I can barely hear him. Another 1 star was just not what I asked for.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh God. I
bet his ratings get higher once people know that. Like,
sure.
Because now I know what I'm paying for. If you saw Nate Diaz was on Cameo and it was like early stages,
he's been on there for. I saw some reviews from 2022 though.
Oof, Jeff. This is on you, man.
Right. You can select the video type you want. You can ask Nick Diaz to give you advice, which I am tempted to do.
Because the average length was in the seconds, so he never does one over 30 seconds.
Average is 11. I am not seeing. I see a 24-second one.
Yeah, correct.
That's the longest one I see right now.
Yeah, because he can't bring it down the other way. He can only bring it down 10 seconds the other way. So he for sure doesn't go over 30. Be quick advice.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets
probably save your money.
Yeah, too. You are bad with your money. Bye.
You should spend this $200 on something else. Zach, that was a good game. I hope the people listening enjoyed it. When we come back, we're getting close to America's favorite time of the year. That's right, the home run derby.
Ooh, that'll be very exciting. We'll give all of our analysis on that. Again, definitely go check out the FlurrySports YouTube channel to watch these cameos along with us. Definitely better to see. I mean, if you're not looking at Bushwhacker, Luke, did you really get the full experience? I think not. So definitely go do that. Subscribe. We are over 13K, looking to hit 14K before the NFL season. Anything else before we get out of here?
I just had this realization. If we ever have cameos, now I'm going to be like, well, I can't charge more than Bushwhacker Luke.
Oh, if we get big enough to have cameos, I can promise it'll be a good value. That's all I'll say. It'll be a great value.
125 easy.
Yeah. I'll just leave it going. It might be an hour-long cameo.
100%.
Yeah. I'll leave. I'll come back.
I'll guess your responses. We'll have a combo.
That's right. I'll do Dora the Explorer. I'll just ask you questions and wait.
That's right. Oh, you were looking for someone else. I'm Jake Osmond. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, just be confused the entire time.
You were trying to write. You wanted a cameo from Jane Austen.
Oh, well, let me read you a book. Just do an audiobook. That'd be a good value.
By the way, folks, let me know if you want a cameo. I'll make a bunch of Jane Austen jokes.
That would be. You should. You should do that. Okay.
We will see you. Too prejudice.
We'll see you next week. I think we're going to be talking a little bit of NFL next week. We'll do a little prediction stuff. So stay tuned for that.
FlurrySports, respect the name, raise the stakes, and play some games.